It's snowy Wednesday morning. It's hump day, right? We're getting over the hump midweek and trying to deal with this bitterly cold weather. We're going to talk about that in our kickoff this morning. Definitely giving you all the information. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to interact with us and tell us, what does it look like where you are? Are your kids home? Has your business told you to work from home? We're going to talk about some of the businesses that are closed today. And then let's give a shout out to all of those that are mandatory workers that have to go into this bitterly cold day and days to come. Cannot wait until we get into the weekend and next week, because the complete switch from what we've been talking about over the last, 2 to 3 days. So good morning to you. The show is The Real Monica Adams. Let's be real, authentic with each other. Again, the world's going to be a better place when that happens. I'm your host, Monica Adams, and we have been doing this show for almost 2 years. I was watching a bunch of videos last night and realized that we actually kicked this show off on March 1st. So we're coming up on 2 years since the idea all came about, and we're getting ready to celebrate 500 shows. So don't go anywhere throughout this hour. If you have to maybe run off and do this and do that, be sure to come back. It's the beauty of those almost 500 shows, that if you don't get a chance to watch the entire show live, they're all there for you on all the streaming platforms, and those are continuing to grow. We kicked it off with Facebook and YouTube, and then we added Instagram, X, Rumble, LinkedIn, and then let me know, is there a platform that we're not on that you would like for us to be on? Because I want this show to be exactly what you want. We've got so many things that we do on this show. Besides the morning show being live for you every day, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., you also saw on the screen that we do Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, and it's coming up at 4 o'clock this afternoon with Chuck Gillentine with Defiance Ridge Vineyards. That's a lot of fun. We kick back, we have some drinks, we talk about food pairings, and do a lot of laughing and a lot of educating, actually. It's a really great time. And we're going to take that one, by the way, on the road. That's right. We are going to Texas, to the coolest place. They have these cabins, wine barrel cabins. And I cannot wait to talk to the family this week as we put all the plans together for that live on location outside of our area. So when we talk about how this show continues to grow and grow, you just saw Mobile Monica can be live from your business no matter where you live. So spread the word to your family, to your friends in other states, even other countries. If you remember, you watch the show regularly, we came to you from Cabo San Lucas. We came to you from Italy. So there's nothing stopping us from collectively and as a community changing lives together. All right, we've got a lot to do today. Let's kick it off, though, with our weather. A lot of you yesterday headed out, and I said that I didn't think the roads were too bad. Today, that's not the case. Thanks to our friends over at First Alert 4 giving us this 10-day forecast. Today, we do have some flurries that might be lingering from what we saw yesterday. And if you were like me, you went to bed and you were like, okay, there's not really much out there. And then you woke up and realized a lot of it fell overnight into the evening and into the early morning hours. Although we're saying today's high is 18, many of you are in single digits this morning. And again, if you're outside of Missouri or Illinois, just hang tight. We're going to get into some news you can use. And then we're going to talk about what all of us are going to discuss, which is the importance of taking a nap and how it changes our productivity throughout personal relationships and what we do from a professional standpoint, our moods, and so many other things. Again, here's the thing, though. The single digits you're feeling this morning, it's even worse because the wind chills are in some areas minus 11, minus 13, minus 18. So that's what it feels like on bare skin. Down to 3 degrees tonight, and then dangerous AM cold, as you can see. Then it warms up. So the sun's going to come out, 20 degrees for a high tomorrow, 7 though for a low on Thursday. Friday, 28 degrees, and then we start changing this. 40 degrees on Saturday. That's, by the way, the home opener at Energizer Park for the St. Louis City SC team. So not bad, but bundle up because it's going to get down to 28. So you'll probably be in the 30s by game time. 50 degrees. That looks beautiful on Sunday. And then look at Monday, almost near 60. Tuesday, 55. Wednesday and Thursday, a slight chance of rain. 56, dropping down a little bit on Thursday to 48. And then we get back up to 51 on Friday. So if you can, just stay tuned and we'll get past this cold stretch. But what's behind us? This is what a lot of you saw, and maybe even still seeing some light flurries again this morning. Again, if you are heading out, and actually, crews, I just saw Missouri Highway Patrol asking people if they can to stay home and stay off the roads because they are still treacherous. They're doing as great of a job as they can to try to get at least one lane open for you. I saw Highway 70, though, in some areas that had 2 or 3 lanes. I'm kind of apprehensive to say that because it's going to give you all this false sense of, oh, they're great. I'm going to leave at normal time. I'm going to head out. I would rather you leave a good 30, even 60 minutes early. Here's the thing. Wouldn't you rather get into work or wherever you're going and feel relaxed and calm and get an extra cup of coffee or tea and relax with those early bird, people that come in with you? My husband always said, what's the phrase? To be on time is late. To be early is on time. And then, of course, if you're late, you're really, really late. So have respect for yourself, not feeling rushed around. You'll be more productive. And we're going to talk a lot about productivity today. But it's also the fact that it's the respect for the company you're working for. Or if you're your own boss, it's the respect for yourself, right? Okay, let's get into some news you can use. And I'm going to say good morning to all of you. I'd also love to see some pictures from your area. You can drop those into the comment section. Maybe you go out and do a little snow angel. Maybe the kids are out there. Don't let them be out there too long because it is cold. Or take the dogs out. I'd love to see your pictures from where you are. And now's where I really want you to interact. How much snow did you get? So maybe you take those rulers out there like we used to do in TV, and measuring tapes, or you do the comparison to, hey, here's a football and here's what it looks like with snow halfway up, whatever. Be creative and drop some pictures in for us. I'm showing you the school bus because Parkway parents were giving mixed reaction after the district decided to have classes yesterday. And I was talking to Beckett Moore's mom, Jill, and she said he was upset that they had classes. And I thought, well, they'll surely have them come home like midday, wouldn't they? You'll have to let me know. Did your kids get called in late and then had the entire day as a normal day? Maybe they were able to do so. I don't know. Beckett was not happy. I also found out after following his forecast last night that he was under the weather. So let's wish Beckett Moore, our aspiring meteorologist, the best. He does incredible work for us. And I don't know if he's home today. Jill, you'll have to let us know if you're watching. But for those of you that were in the Parkway District, again, they said that they started school at 10 a.m. to keep the students and the staff off the roads during the most severe snow, which again was in the early hours yesterday. But one lady said, you're asking elementary school kids to stand out there and wait for a bus. She's got a good point. Tuesday morning, her child and others were left waiting in the cold after the school called for that 10 a.m. start. And then guess what? Their bus got delayed, so they were out there even longer. According to this parent, she said they waited for an hour and a half in below freezing temperatures. Parkway is not the only one, though. They were one of the only major school districts to have school at all on Tuesday. Other suburban districts like Rockwood and Ferguson-Florissant, they had snow days. So now I want to know, did your kids go in yesterday? I'm being told today there's a good 300, 400 plus schools that have called off. They're going to do virtual learning. Or does your kid have a complete snow day? There were some let's see. I was talking to some students the other day and some teachers saying that they're almost out of snow days. So that's the other thing that they're having to balance. But, look, we saw what could happen during the pandemic, right? Virtual days can be had. So keep the kids safe, keep the parents safe. Don't let those kids stand out there by the school bus stops. And let them learn virtually. They can do that now. I mean, that's the beauty of this all. All right, moving on to Southwest Airlines. They are going to lay off 15% of their corporate staff. They are eliminating 1,750 jobs in the first major layoff in the company's 53-year history. They're based out of Dallas. They said that the job cuts would be focused almost entirely on corporate overhead and leadership positions, including senior leadership and directors. 11 senior leadership positions representing 15% of the company's senior management committee are being eliminated. And these cuts, which are scheduled to be mostly completed, by the way, by the end of June, they're part of a plan by the airline to slash costs and transform the company into a leaner, faster, and more agile organization. The company has been under pressure from hedge fund Elliott Investment Management to increase their profits and boost their stock price. So the two sides reached a truce back in October to avoid a proxy fight, but the investment management won several seats on the Southwest board, which it can use to keep pressure on the executives. So, what does this mean for each and every one of us? Well, it'll be interesting to see if maybe ticket prices that were escalating would go down. I'm still waiting to see if they're going to change the whole aspect of how they used to have all of us board, right? That whole cattle call. From what we had talked about last year, they were going to be changing that, and you were going to actually have a ticket with an actual seat number. And some of you were frustrated by that because people who have been flying Southwest for a long time, they kind of liked it. I don't know. It'll be interesting. And it'll also be interesting for those of you that have the higher membership aspect with Southwest. A lot of people ask what's going to happen with that. Well, wait and see. Still to come, more information on that realm. I didn't get a chance to do this one for you yesterday. You may have heard of it. If not, this is new to you, right? If you've never heard about it, it's new news to us. Millions of made good granola bars sold nationwide are being recalled. We're talking about 2.5 million cases of these granola bars as a class 2 recall. The company, which is based in Chicago, voluntarily recalling the products due to possible metal contamination. The company said the metal could be from a small flat brush bristle that they used in the manufacturing process. The FDA's rating means the product could cause temporary or medically reversible health consequences. Made Good says it will refund any products that are on the recall list. So again, yet another recall, which I swear I told you that I feel like I have every single day. This was very popular and something that I was involved in back in my Fox 2 days. Every year we would get everybody together, and there was they had a lot of volunteers from our station and others that would attend the Annie Malone Parade. Well, just heard overnight that they're not going to have it in 2025. This is unfortunate. The Annie Malone Day Parade's been postponed. Yesterday, Annie Malone Children and Family Services announced it was scheduled for May 18, but it's not going to take place. And why do you think? It's due to increasing economic challenges. According to the CEO, the parade is woven into the fabric of St. Louis, a celebration of our history, our resilience, our unwavering commitment to each other, she said. But right now, we have families who can't even afford their next meal or a safe place to sleep. We have to make that difficult decision to put their needs first. Those interested in donating to help out, though, to Annie Malone Children and Family Services, you can look online for Annie Malone and do what you can to help them. And hopefully they'll be able to bring that back in 2026. We wish them the best. A lot of people, a lot of organizations, unfortunately, are hurting this year. Still trying, I really say, to rebound from what we saw 5 years ago. Not sure if you heard this, but the founder of St. Louis Bread Company has passed away. Ken Rosenthal died at the age of 81. He founded St. Louis Bread Company back in 87, and about a dozen others later joined the first store in Kirkwood before the company was sold back in 1993. Rosenthal partnered to form Breads of the World LLC in 97, which was a Brentwood headquartered Panera franchise to open nearly 100 stores. He passed away, by the way, on Valentine's Day, but a lot of this information is just getting out to the press. In other news, 4 new restaurants were added to Energizer Park. You know, we're getting ready for the big game on Saturday, St. Louis City SC's home opener. I was so hoping to go to this announcement yesterday because I went when they first debuted the new park. Unfortunately, with the weather yesterday, couldn't get over there, but St. Louis City SC's Energizer Park is adding 4 new restaurants. These additions are part of the continued initiative by City Flavor to provide 100% local food options at home matches. And one of them, damn fine hand pies. I just love that. Bowlyards also on the list. Pappy's, which I'm surprised actually wasn't already part of the opening, but Pappy's Smokehouse, Damn Fine Hand Pies, Bowlyards, and Chicken Scratch. Those are the 4 new restaurants, and they will be available to fans at City's home opener, which again is coming up on February 22nd. And I do love that. Gerard Kraft, major props to you and to everyone that played a role in who the restaurants would be for the season, and then continuing to add more and more and more. The food is amazing. And you just got to love that, right? Supporting local, supporting your community instead of having, when you go to a concession at like the baseball game or a hockey game, you don't have all of that. They're starting to tie some in, but 100% way to go to St. Louis City SC. How many of you have been, by the way, to a game? It's really a blast. Okay, yesterday, I can't believe that we missed out on National Drink Wine Day. It should have been today because we're doing Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, but today is National Arabian Horse Day, National Vet Girls Rise Day, and it is also National Lash Day. I put mine on. National Chocolate Mint Day. If you like your chocolate mint ice cream, today's your day. And I just thought it was funny because if today would have been National Drink Wine Day, it would have been perfect for our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. And then tomorrow, by the way, has to do with pets, which is perfect because we are going to do here at home, because Jessica and her staff unfortunately have been hit by those crazy viruses that have gone around. So Jessica at Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue, I took a bunch of video of the dogs that are available for adoption. I'm going to go through and give you their background, show you some video of them, show you their personalities, and show you some pictures, and give you an update on that big transfer that they did from the APA, the largest they've ever done. So that is coming up, by the way, tomorrow morning as we talk about your pets and stay on that positive theme. All right, where's my Paul Simon fans? Well, he is going to be performing in St. Louis in late April, and tickets are going to be going on sale. Legendary singer-songwriter Paul Simon will be performing in April as part of a quiet celebration tour. It will feature Simon's Grammy-nominated album, Seven Psalms, along with the celebration of some of his classics. He will be performing in St. Louis at Stiefel Theater on April 28th and 29th. Tickets for the show, by the way, will go on sale on Friday, February 21st. That's this Friday at 10 a.m. And there you have it. At 7:18, you should be updated now on your weather, as well as some news you can use. We talked a little bit about sports. Again, St. Louis City SC in action on Saturday. For those of you that are going downtown, let me tell you, it's City SC's game, but the Blues are also in action. So probably busier. Hopefully they'll be able to get all this snow out of the way that we're seeing right now. I would say, look, we've got a few days, and with the sun out today, which is nice, it is bitterly cold, so not a lot of melting. If you can get out early and try to get the snow that's not too heavy, and like we saw several weeks ago, and a lot of it, actually, I saw Beckett, which was so cute. Beckett Moore, our aspiring meteorologist, said, if you don't want to use a shovel, in his report, he was using a leaf blower. That's how easygoing the snow was for you to just blow it off of your driveway. But if you didn't do that, and you've got a handful of inches at your house, you might have some problems, because now we're talking about bitterly cold temperatures. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. When I come back, I'm gonna look at some of your comments. I've got so much to update you on what will be taking place in our Mobile Monicas, in our 500th celebration. I also want you to be thinking about this. Where would you like us to celebrate breakfast on Tuesday, March 4th with you? Because that is our actual 500th show. We've got to be out with the community on number 500, right? And I think it should be a breakfast morning show, because on Wednesday, we're not going to do a 7 o'clock full show. I'll come on, say hi to you, but we're going to do a 9 a.m. show on Wednesday the 5th. Again, same thing. Thursday, we'll come on, say hi to you a little bit, not long, because we're going to do a 4 o'clock show in the afternoon. And then we're looking at a big celebration for the wrap up on Friday night, March 7th. I've actually got a couple of places, though, that are thinking about being a part of the celebration. I told them we really need to wrap it up soon so I can get everybody out there. So March 7th and March 8th, even, if we've got businesses interested, again, there's going to be a ton, and I do mean a ton of eyes on you, because every 100 celebration that we have is the most watched shows. Most shows wrap up and we're talking about a couple thousand, maybe 3, 4, 5,000, but we're talking about 10, 15, 20,000 eyes on your business. Wouldn't you want that? I know I would. I just want to thank those that are having us come from Mobile Monica's, and this is one of them.
Create beautiful gardens and landscaped areas with everything you need at Hoffman Hillerman Nursery and Florist. A great selection of outdoor and indoor plants, gardening items, landscape materials, lawn and garden equipment, and much more. Hoffman Hillerman Nursery and Florist.
We will be there for a Mobile Monica on March 26th. This one's going to be for you in the midday. We're going to do a little potting bar, those private classes for two. They've got a lot that they are excited about for us to join you to be a part of this together. And for those that have never been there, you can create beautiful gardens, landscape areas with everything you need. Again, outdoor, indoor plants, gardening items, landscape materials, lawn and garden equipment, so much more. And again, when they told me that they wanted me to talk about these potting bars, I had no idea what they were talking about. Now I do. Make your own geraniums, make these things together. Again, girlfriends out together or nice little date. When you're thinking about unique things to do for dates, I think that would be one of them. Let me give you this rundown of the Mobile Monicas. Okay, ready? Go to your phone and then start putting these in, because I want you to be there with us. If I've ever wanted to get out with the community and meet all of you that comment regularly, or you're brand new and you want to be a part of this growing community, please do so. So we're talking about the first one being, which we mentioned yesterday, by the way, the beginning of our 500th celebration. So we are going to be with so many wonderful people involved with Chef Mel and Viviano's. So we showed you them yesterday, and we talked about the incredible food that they have at Viviano's, but also the wonderful sauces that Chef Mel has. She's going to be a part of this with us. We will be at Viviano's again for our 500th celebration, and that will be on March 6th from 4 to 5:30 p.m. We want you to come on out. We are putting all the plans together. We're talking about maybe having some small bites, maybe some wine sampling, maybe some music. Anybody want to be a part of this? If you have something that you want to contribute, because we're talking about maybe doing some giveaways and anything that you want to do that's part of the 500 week, let me know. Shoot me an email. You can go to vivianoscafe.com to find out more about them. The location we will be at is their Fenton Plaza location. Again, they've been there 21 years. So Michael Viviano and Chef Mel joined us on the show yesterday. It was a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it yet, go back and watch that one. Every time I was refreshing my YouTube page, I kept seeing another 15 more people watching, another 15 more people watching. And it just kept going up, 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 which was great. So we took you to Italy without even leaving the snowy St. Louis area yesterday. So March 6th, mark it on your calendar. That is going to be at 4:00 in the afternoon. But we also talked about Hello Juice and Smoothie. I just had Jen Manus on the other day. She's going to be a part of our celebration week as well. And that's going to be the midday show. So you've got a couple of opportunities to be with us in our 500 celebration, whether it is a midday show, 9 a.m. again on Wednesday, March 5th. And that is going to be with, again, Hello Juice and Smoothie, which I mentioned the other day is just absolutely the best acai bowls that I have ever had, the best smoothies. If you've never had them before, please be there. Again, it's going to be the Kirkwood location. So we're talking March 5th to be the very next one at 9 a.m. March 6th, 4 p.m. at Viviano's. March 26th, Hoffman Hillerman's Nursery. Those are three that I want you to put on your calendar right now. And then we are behind the scenes working on a March 4th breakfast. March 7th, I would also like to be out, whether it is in the morning for our Friendship Friday we'll be doing with Dot Fleshman. That could also be at a breakfast place. And then having the big celebration, the culmination of 500 shows to be on March 7th. We're talking about, ideally, we'd like to do 5 days of 500 celebrations, which I think would be a blast. And again, I'm looking for things and ideas from our community of what you would like to be a part of that. All right, let me go to comments real quick. Good morning, Julie Fabian. She says, good morning to all the friends. Sean, good morning to you. Michelle's up and Adam, and she is moderating for you. She put the Wine Barrel Club link in for you a little bit earlier. They are located again in Texas, and they are the absolute cutest cabins I have ever seen. They have 4 different cabins called Chardonnay, Rosé, Tempranillo, and Cabernet. And then they've got Hickory House, which is this house that can sleep about 10 people. We are taking over the property to do a Wet Your Whistle Wednesday from Texas. And it looks like the cutest town ever. So we'll be dropping in a lot more about that. That's going to be April 28th through May 1st when we are there broadcasting live. And we're going to bring our team there. It's going to be a blast. And I keep talking about how we can go everywhere. Rose, we didn't get the amount they thought we would, but it's very slick out there, she says. I'm ready for spring. I am too, Rose. My dogs think going outside to potty is negotiable when it's this cold. Okay, I'm right there with you, Rose. When I went to put Adelaide out at about 2:30 this morning, opened the door and she stood there and looked like, what the heck is this? I'm not going out. And she went to turn around and I pushed a little button. I'm like, this is when, we're going to talk about naps, by the way, and they are the best nappers, are they not? They eat, they sleep, they play, they eat again, and then they just cuddle on you. Hopefully that's the reaction that you get from your babies, and they're not mean dogs. They sleep well, so do babies, and we got to figure out how to get to that, which we'll discuss in just a second. But the one time you don't want to be a dog is this kind of weather. Right? I wouldn't want to bare my butt and go outside. That's when I feel bad for them. However, here's the best thing you can do. Do you make a little pathway for them to be able to go to the bathroom? I hope you do that because that's what they need. And then don't forget to wipe off their paws just in case you've got a bunch of salt or any kind of chemicals down, because they come in and they start licking that and it is not good for them. So wipe off their paws, wipe off their entire coat, take care of them. But yes, sorry, babies, you do have to go out there in the cold weather. Linda, good morning. Okay, she's the one. So she's out in St. Francis County. Linda got 7 inches of snow. Again, feel free to drop some pictures, and I can't wait to see those later when we wrap up. And for those of you that are on your regular social platforms right now, you'll be able to see all those. Send some really fun, creative pictures. That's what we used to ask in TV. We called it user-generated content. And I don't have a dedicated text number line for you, but all you have to do is take the picture and then drop it in the comments, and we'll all get a chance to see it. I promise you I'll do that later. I'll take the dogs out. We'll play. We'll put some videos together. Julie Purcell, good morning. February came in like a lion. It's going out like a lamb. That's the old saying. And good morning. If you have to go out, please be safe. She said she has a snow day today. Good. Right there with you with the dogs. Kathy, it's so cold outside. Good morning to you all and be safe. Yes, you've got to layer. Carrie Samuelson, get to feeling better. Who's not feeling? Oh, Beckett. Yes. Thank you very much. Cahokia School District was in session all day yesterday. So again, it was all about, were they able to get home safely? Did they have any issues on the roads? My thought was always that you've got these new drivers out there, right? Because you're talking about 16-year-old kids just getting their license. They're all excited. And if you let them drive to school, they are not used to driving in this kind of weather. So you really, when they get their permits and license, I know it's going to be scary for you, but get into a parking lot and show them how to get out of a slide, everything you can besides the regular things that you do to help them along, because they're brand new drivers. And this is what I always think is bad. And then I love the woman that talked about how, hey, you're having these kids that are going out to the bus stop and standing out in frigid cold temperatures. And then they were delayed out there for an hour and a half. Not good. All right, Michelle, here's what I wanted to do. Snow day. My son is virtual today. Well, she gets to hug on her son a little bit more and say happy birthday to him. So everybody do me a favor and drop in happy birthday to Max. I don't have my best voice because I'm still from whatever virus I have. I can still hear it in my voice. I watched the show yesterday and I was like, dang it, I still sound hoarse. All right, Max, in my best Demi Moore voice, this one's for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Max. Happy birthday to you. Have a beautiful one. Love you. And I know that your mama will be loving on you a little bit more, making you breakfast, maybe making a little lunch, a hot meal while you are home and not having to run around in the snow. Hope you have a good one. Sorry for me not being in best voice. He is happy to sleep in, so he'll be able to see that a little bit later. Okay, who else? Brian. Brian, how are you? Brian Pichelle. The gym every morning is the way I start my day and move towards balance. Well, wonderful. Dogs for Our Brave, I believe, is who Brian is with. Audra, good morning. My son is snoozing as well. Another remote day. Can today redo National Drink Wine Day? Yes. Well, you got to join us, Audra, at 4:00. So let me just pause there for a second. Our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday is at 4 p.m. And today we'll be with Chuck Gillentine, but we're going to do it remote to keep each other safe. We are going to be featuring a Sauvignon Blanc as well as a Pinot Noir. So he's got some really incredible information that he sent me yesterday. We're going to talk about a handful of things on this Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. We're going to talk about what the latest crush report is revealing, saying a large decrease in Central Valley, also an increase in bulk wine for sale, highlighting a concern among many wineries over diminishing consumer sales and high inventories. Not good information, by the way. So we're going to do a little tasting while we educate. Again, a Sauvignon Blanc, or you can do a Gruner, and we're going to do some roasted asparagus and see what that pairing is all about. We are going to also do a little Pinot Noir tasting. Again, top brands of the ones that are still doing really, really well. And Chuck Wagner, which is a good friend of Chuck Gillentine's at Camus Vineyards, right up there with some of the top brands, which is great. But the industry from a wine business, again, overproduction has driven wineries to take out vineyards by the thousands. That's not good news. So you'll hear us talk more in depth about that later this afternoon. So Audra and others, yes, join us and tip one back or have a mocktail. Or if the kids are still needing your help with their studies, actually, if they're wrapping up, because at 4 o'clock they might be done with school already and you might need a glass of wine. Otherwise, have a mocktail, have some wine, whatever. But yeah, join us and just have a good time. Another remote day, Audra says. Okay, a lot of you are dealing with that, I know. Good morning, stay safe, Kathleen says. I'm looking on Facebook and YouTube of all the comments coming in, and then we'll go over to Instagram. Yummy Hello Juice. Okay, so Julie Fabian, she said that she was going to go try out Kirkwood and get an opportunity to go and have a bowl. She did. She had the one that I love, which is the OG. And as I mentioned, there's a ton out there for you. So if you have not been to them, check them out. I'd really love for you to be there the day of the show, though, at 9 o'clock again on March 5th. I got to get these days right. March 5th is the day we're doing the one with Hello Juice. And then March 6th, again, is Viviano's. Thank you to my brother, by the way, because he was like, wait, which one is it? Because I had March 5th written for Viviano's. No, March 5th is Hello Juice. March 6th, again, is Viviano's. Let me do a little social media check as we are right at the halfway point. We've got 30 minutes left with you to start talking about the theme of our day, which has to do with naps and how productive they can be for us. So we've got the majority of you right now on Facebook. We've got some on X. Rumble is still that platform that we are growing. YouTube the same way, which surprises me. YouTube, I would really like. I think a lot of my people, though, watch on Facebook. I mean, we've got, almost 28,000 on Facebook. Well, actually 35,000 because we're on both of my pages, my business page. And for those who have always been on my personal page, we're on that broadcasting live as well. LinkedIn, I don't really know how to get those analytics. I'll look into that. But YouTube, do me a favor and let's make sure, even if you're on my Facebook page, can you also go and follow, subscribe is what it's called. It's not paying, but subscribe to my YouTube channel and then tell others, because that's where a lot of people like to watch the YouTube channels because they don't want to be on social media, right? So they just go to YouTube to watch the show. We would love to see you on there or on Rumble or on Instagram or on all of them this morning. So Julie, by the way, thank you for supporting Jen Manus and Hello Juice. Carrie, congratulations. Well, Carrie, thank you, by the way. You are the one that told us about missing our 100th show. Carrie said, did you know you just had 100? And now you're coming up on 200. So we celebrated 200 at Christopher's in Kirkwood. Mark Coulter, thank you so much. Then we celebrated 300 at Just Be Kind Cafe. Then we celebrated 400 at Circle 6 in Defiance, the watering hole. And now 500 is a week-long celebration. And I want all of you to come out to every one of them if you can, or at least make one of them, because you watch us every day, but I want to give you hugs. I want to thank you. I want to have conversation. I want to have a drink with you. I want to have some food with you. Let's dance together. Let's have a blast. So please make it to at least one of those. And again, help us support those that have supported us. Carrie says, was going down to laundry room and apartment complex. May wait till Sunday. Better weather. Yeah, stay warm and be careful walking down those. Angie, good morning. Okay, Angie's got a virtual day. Fantastic. Diane, Hats by Diane. You know what? You're going to love this because I'm going to do something for one of my regular viewers who asked me to wear a hat on the show. I'm not going to wear one for you, Kyle Clark. I'm going to wear 1, 2, three. I've got four, maybe even one of Diane's original creations, maybe five that I'll put on right after the break. Happy birthday to Max. A lot of you are saying cha cha cha. Yeah, after that song. Home today, great day to create some new designs. I might start with hers. Snow makes it nice and bright to see all the colors of everything. Julie, I love YouTube on my TV watching. I love that. So for those of you that said I miss you on my TV, again, if you don't know how to do it, ask somebody to show you how to cast the show on your TV. So you don't have to watch on your phone or on a laptop or an iPad. You can watch, just cast it onto the TV, and that way the whole family can watch. Janet, happy day to you. Stay warm as well. Okay, let me go over to Instagram and make sure I'm not missing anybody there. Well, Diane, you're all over the place watching on Instagram and watching on Facebook and watching on YouTube. We're all over the place. Have you downloaded Cowboy Sweetheart on Spotify? Girl, I think I was the first one. We think I wouldn't have done that? Ruby Lee's song, Cowboy Sweetheart, is absolutely one of my favorites that she does. And I'm so excited for her. I had a viewer of ours who also is a fan of Ruby's that is going to see her show this weekend, was hoping that the weather was going to be okay. So yes, Ruby and I, by the way, have been in contact with one another. And I said, Ruby, we've got to get you back on the show. And I said, I got to get you back in for personal training. And she's like, I know my life is so crazy busy, but we wish her the best. She's doing good. And when God said it's time, we will be back together. If you didn't know I was a personal trainer, well, give this a listen.
This lady got me in the best shape of my life. I literally didn't know that I could be in shape like that. But the amount that she pours into her clients, and especially whenever you get the one-on-one training, it's mind-blowing. I mean, it was really life-changing. I learned so much about proper form, about nutrition, about just being able to invest in myself. I hired Monica to be my personal trainer, which was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Monica, I can't thank you enough for having me on your show. I'm just so blessed and grateful. Finding people like yourself and those that you interview is priceless. Being able to spread hope and joy, love, empowerment, encouragement, and letting everyone know that sharing their story is extremely powerful, and their story is so unique, and they need to share their story because you don't know who you will impact and change, and it could change the trajectory of someone's entire day or the trajectory of their entire life by just hearing your story. And for you to be able to share everyone's story and let people know they're not alone, thank you so much for doing that. And the intentionality is fabulous. I love you already. We've known each other for several months now, but I'm so glad that we were able to do this together, and great things to come. So thank you so much for everything you do. Your show is amazing. You are amazing, and you're just an inspiration to everyone. So I appreciate you. I'm blessed to be here, and thank you.
No, thank you, Amy Post. And thank you, Diane Isbell, one of Hats by Diane's iterations. If you have never seen her hats, you got to go out to one of the events that she goes to. Now, I would love for you to be our March 6th event, but they're also having their big event at Herbie's. So if you want to go support them and help out type 1 diabetes research and advancements, do that. So you've got some different ideas. Well, actually, what you could do, you could come by ours from 4 to 5:30, and then you could go over to Herbie's and be a part of theirs. There's a great idea for you. Diane said she's got more and more models that will be modeling her wonderful hats. I love this one. So Kyle, this is for you. Kyle Clark, I hope we get the chance to get this to him at some point. He follows me on multiple platforms. He writes a lot of times on X. So this is for you. This is one of Hats by Diane's iterations. I want to thank all of my girls that I personal train that bought me a certificate to have a new hat made, a new Hats by Diane beautiful hat. What do you think it should look like? Because I already have this gorgeous blue one. So what color should I have? I also have a coral. I have a black hat. I believe I got a purple fascinator. I'm not big on fascinators. I like bigger hats, like Kyle said that he likes. So if you're looking for a hat for the Kentucky Derby, I highly recommend that you check out Hats by Diane. I'm going to be changing hats a lot as we talk about naps and what they mean for us. And yes, I saw Richard's comment. He said, did somebody say it's time for a nap? It is. How long to take a nap, though? So we're going to stay on some of these slides while I switch hats around because, again, I am honoring Kyle and anybody else who absolutely loves hats. I am a big hat girl. I love hats on so many levels. So you're going to see me switch a lot as we talk about these things. So tell me, because it's time for you now to interact with me. How long do you take a nap and what do you think will be most beneficial? So you're seeing this on the screen right now. 30 minutes. 20 minutes, an hour and a half, an hour. What do you think is best? When you take a nap, how long do you take? So I used to always hear 20-minute nap would energize you. I don't agree with that. Now I need to hear from you. 20 minutes, I actually still felt like I was tired and I was groggy. Supposedly, that's for an energy boost and easy to wake up out of. 30 minutes, grogginess. An hour and a half, full REM cycle, dreams and creativity does improve. See, I like longer ones. An hour, short-term memory improves, some grogginess. So you tell me, as we go through this and we talk about how long should we nap and what does it do for us, you tell me. I haven't had a nap, by the way, and I don't even know how long. It's just I don't have time for a nap, unfortunately. I get up at 4:30 in the morning and I go till 10:30. Okay, so tell me by the time we're done with this, which hat was your favorite? The other day we talked about Diamond G Hat Company, and every one of my clients that came to Galentine's all purchased a hat. Many of them looked just like this. So no, this is not from Diamond G. Yes, I probably will be getting a new one. I always liked, though, I used to have a lot of cowboy Western wear when I worked in country music and when I was a bartender at some of the country music bars. So I had a beautiful Stetson. I had some incredible high-end Western wear. I must have donated all because I can't find it. So now I need another hat. What color, again, do you think I should get? What color do you think Diane should make me from the derby hat aspect? And then what new colors should I get? I've got in my head what I think I want. I don't want to do another one of these because I already have this color. And almost every one of my clients the other day, that's what they bought, was about this color, except for Dot. Dot bought a black one. This one I'd like to change out the banding on it a little bit, but I miss my long hair that I used to have when I was a bartender. Do you all know that, by the way? I have old pictures. My hair was down. Let's see if you can see when I was younger, down to about there. And then my mom chopped it all off. And then I had it longer. And then when I got into radio, the designers at the time were like, you would look really great with short hair. Would you do short hair? And I did it. And I never grew it out again until we got married. I grew it out a little bit for our wedding day. And then it's been short. Jim likes short hair. So of course I want to help out the guy I'm married to. He doesn't actually like long hair. So I keep it short, but I'd love to I don't like anything fake though, besides my eyelashes. So I was laughing though. And I told my mom, I'm like, I just need to get something to make it longer. So I just need to put like an extension in to be behind my hats. Diane said she loves the blue. Thank you. Well, thank you. You made it. Carrie, lilac. Ooh, for that lilac lace dress. So it's actually a sweater that I'm wearing this morning, Carrie, but thank you. Yeah, I do like purple. That would be pretty. Julie says she loves hats. Okay, Julie says she naps around an hour. And then how do you feel after that hour, by the way, Julie, as we're talking in our final segment of the show about how long to take a nap? Diane says 15 to 20 minutes at most. Okay, she said she feels great and more energy. More than that, I feel more tired. Let me ask you this. As you get older, do you feel like you need less sleep? It's kind of like the eating aspect of people who get older. They eat less. They take little naps throughout the day. But you know what? That's the other thing. Diane, do you take just one nap or do you take several? Because my mom talks about, I just took a nap. And then all of a sudden I'll talk to her later. I took a nap again. So maybe it's a couple little cat naps throughout the day. 20 minutes and I'm refueled, Sindra says. Any longer? and she said she wants to keep sleeping. That's what doctors say. Sleep experts say that if you feel like you have to keep sleeping, then that means that you are deprived of sleep, right? It's sleep deprivation. Rose says, I'm retired. I never take a nap during the day. I wish I did, only when I'm sick. Hubby says power naps are good. He takes 30 minutes. So you're looking at this again, as we're talking, look at that slide, 10 to 20 minutes. They call that the power nap, ideal for a boost in alertness. If you're looking for more energy, this is what you're supposed to do. This length usually limits you to the lighter stages of non-rapid eye movement, making it easier to hit the ground running after waking up. 10 minutes? Really? Come on, 30 minutes. Some studies show sleeping that long may cause sleep inertia, a hangover-like groggy feeling that lasts for up to 30 minutes after you wake up before the nap's restorative benefits become apparent. And now, for those of you that said you take an hour, this nap is best for improvement in remembering facts, faces, and names. It includes slow wave sleep, the deepest type. The downside, grogginess upon waking up. And then who has time for an hour and a half? An hour and a half nap. It's a full cycle of sleep. So what does that mean? It means the lighter and deeper stages, including that rapid eye movement sleep, typically likened to the dreaming stage. This leads to improved emotional memory. Oh, like riding a bike, playing the piano, creativity. A nap of this length typically avoids sleep inertia, making it easier to wake up. Okay, so it sounds like we should go between 10 to 20 minutes of a nap to to doing an hour and a half. Okay, switching our hats around again. This one, by the way, I got when we were in Puerto Rico, coming off of our, we went to the British Virgin Islands. By the way, Michelle and her husband went with us. And then we went to Puerto Rico, and I bought this hat, and I bought the coolest wood sunglasses that unfortunately got broke. And I'm so upset. I still have the box, I think, of what the maker was. I might be able to get some again, but I love this hat. This is actually one of my favorites. So as you choose your favorite, and if you're tuning in and you missed some of them, I had this gorgeous blue hat that was from Hats by Diane. I had a cream colored kind of it's not a true cowboy hat, but kind of similar to that. I got that at boutique shopping with Michelle. This one, you cannot get local. This one is, again, from my trip to Puerto Rico. And I've got two more. One of them is going to be from Italy. The other one I don't actually remember, but the one from Italy, again, you would have to get from our friends that are at Luke Hands, which I'm talking about maybe doing a collaboration with them, Luke Hands. I'm going to tell you about a collaboration that we have in just a second if you haven't seen it on my social media pages. But how do you sleep, though, by the way? Do you sleep on your side? Do you sleep like this person's doing with their arms underneath their heads? That would hurt my shoulder and my necks and my neck. Do you sleep on your back? Do you sleep on your stomach like that? I sleep the way I think you should sleep, and what I've heard from a lot of sleep experts, which is on your side in that fetal position. Okay, have you ever heard of a caffeine nap, by the way? So caffeine plus a short nap is actually what will recharge you. And the reason they say that is if you slept longer, though, of the caffeine nap, that would not be good for you. You drink caffeine, you take a 10 to 20 minute nap, they say, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you get the benefits of that recharge from that caffeine jolt. Have you ever thought about that? Because obviously when you get the caffeine in from your tea or your coffee or whatever you're drinking that's got energy drink, maybe an energy drink that's got energy in it, it's not going to hit you right away. So if you laid down and then you got up about 20 minutes later, they say you're going to be on fire. I don't know. All right. Rose, let's see. I'm no stylist, but blue is your color. I know. That's why we call it Monica Blue. Thank you very much. Pale blue is the color for spring. Ooh, that'd be pretty. Richard, I think your hot should have a red exterior with a white interior and maybe some chrome around the edge of the brim. Oh, that should be hat. Okay, Richard, I thought you were calling me hot, which thank you, by the way. Okay, the hat should have a red exterior with a white interior and maybe some chrome around the edge of the brim. Okay, that's funny because he's so in love with cars, by the way. Marilyn, did you see yesterday's show? Marilyn loves anytime we do anything Italian. I hope you're going to come out to Viviano's, by the way, on March 6th. I would love to see you. If and when I get a nap, it's a power nap because I am burning the candle at both ends. 15 to 20 minutes and the Energizer Bunny is back in my body. A hat color, ooh, hot pink. Oh, that would be a good one. Interesting. Okay, if you're just tuning in and you're seeing me change hats a bunch, I'm doing this in honor of my viewer, and this is going to be the last time, last time that I'll do this multiple hat series. Kyle Clark, I hope you get a chance to see today's show. One of my favorites is coming up. It's from our honeymoon, by the way. So I've had blue on, I've had this cream on, I've had this beautiful one on. As we talk a little bit more about naps, we're talking about the best way to nap. So keep it short, 10 to 30 minutes. Okay, if you work 9 to 5, a lot of people want to know when's the best time to take a nap. Nap between 2 and 3 p.m. So I was watching a news show in Atlanta the other day, and the news crew came back and they all talked about, how hard it is to keep those hours when you work in morning TV or morning radio, and you feel like you just want to crash while you're at work at your desk. Some people used to go to their cars, or I actually worked with people that would hide and go and lay down while they were supposed to be working. But if you nap between 2 and 3 p.m., that's the best if you work a 9 to 5. Use a nap wheel for your ideal nap time. Nap lying down, not sitting, by the way, and a dark and cool place. That's why, a lot of people, they will put on those eye masks. They might even put in some earplugs, and then they will do the darkening of the windows because, again, that's where research shows that you sleep better and better and better. Okay, you ready for a new hat? All of you that love fashion like I do. This is one of my favorites. This is from San Francisco. This is before we went to Napa when Jim and I were on our honeymoon. And this is one of my presents from us getting married. Absolutely, positively, my all-time favorite, and probably one of my favorite pictures of me and Jim is me wearing this hat. My hair actually was longer and blonde, and we were at one of my favorite wineries, Quintessa Winery. It's really by far one of my absolute favorite pictures. But this one all day is my favorite. It is so well made, an incredible hat company in San Francisco. If you're really interested, I can get you the information for them. It has inside, if you want to, I'm going to give you a hat head. Let's be real here. Hat head. Look at it. Also does this. So I can go on a safari. I can go to the zoo. Not today, by the way. Talk about some businesses. See, close it all up. The zoo is closed today. The Missouri Botanical Garden. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yes, it is. The zoo is closed. The Missouri Botanical Garden is closed. The Arch, by the way, though, is doing the snow schedule. So they're opening up, I think, at 11 a.m., speaking of some businesses. And give those male men and women a break as they're trying to get their footing and go to deliver for you in your mailbox. UPS, FedEx, shout out to our guys delivering a ton of boxes yesterday. What were in those boxes? All of the equipment to debut our new set. We've got a bunch of lights, just a bunch of technical stuff, and it's going to look so unbelievably beautiful. Brian Goez, thank you so much for all the work that you've been doing. When we talk about taking this to a national level, just wait till you see what the set looks like. National across the board. And thank you to Carroll House coming back on as a sponsor, Carroll House Furniture. So you'll have some similarities of what you saw in our show over the last year and a half. But of course, we've got to make some things new and refresh it a little bit, right? So you'll see some similarities because I don't want it to be completely like, wait, what's this show? I wanted to remind you still of what you've been watching for 2 years, but some new exciting things. Julie says, I feel great. Stephanie, I get up early, eat less, take a nap when I need it. I feel better. That's another really important thing. Do you eat late at night and then think you're going to sleep well? When all of you feel like you're sleep deprived, it's because you are having maybe caffeine late at night. You're having alcohol late at night. You're eating processed foods. You're eating heavy at nighttime, which again, your biggest meal of the day should be in the morning. And then give yourself the protein, carbohydrates you need for fuel. How many times do we have to say that? For all of you that cut out carbohydrates, that is a no-no. You have to have good carbohydrates. I'm not talking about processed foods. I'm talking about the type of grains that you need. I'm talking about good oatmeal, or eat some quinoa, eat some brown rice, eat good, not processed carbohydrates. And I'm not talking about simple sugars either. Those things will make you sluggish. So you got to feed the body properly, drink your water, get your sleep, and watch how much better your life will be. Okay, Gwen says, I'm not a napper unless I'm sick. I think it's a very personal thing. My husband takes about an hour nap a day. We're talking about also the proper way to lay down and sleep. And it is not, again, being upright and trying to be on a chair and just sitting upright. So It is ideally that you are sleeping while you are laying down. Okay. So think about those things as well, trying to be more productive. Sleep.org says 29% of workers report falling asleep or becoming very sleepy at work, and a lack of sleep, of course, costs the United States. Are you ready for this? $63 billion each year in lost productivity. Okay. And as we go through some of these, I want you to think about some of the people that are standouts in our world from history. Eleanor Roosevelt, the former first lady, often took naps before speaking engagements to give herself an extra boost of energy. And again, a short one. Albert Einstein, the theoretical physicist, allegedly took regular naps and slept for 10 hours each night. Shouldn't we follow some of the greatest in history? Salvador Dali, the famous artist, said that his daily naps were a crucial part of his creative process. He wrote about his napping practice, by the way, in his book back in 1948. And the last, Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, kept napping cots in his laboratory and his library, and apparently took a brief nap once or twice a day. So I mentioned earlier, how many naps do you take in a day? Do you take just one, or do you take several? Okay, let's go back in history, by the way, with this little gem. What do you think of this one? Diane's probably loving all of this because she is the queen of hats. I went through to see how many I have, and I have more, by the way, that I'm not going to debut today. A lot of those are probably more for the beach, lounging hats. I do have a fascinator that was made. I didn't bring that one up, but yeah, all these hats for you, Kyle. You better see this one, by the way. Let me see. Carrie, 20 minutes on days off twice, work days, get up at 3:30 a.m., take an hour before dinner and chores. And by the way, welcome again to all of you that are brand new to the show. Share, like, follow. We gave you a lot of news you can use, did a lot of talking together. And then from 7:30 on, started talking about hat days, nap days. They all go together. When you take a nap, you have hat head, right? Your hair, put on a good hat. Let's see. Take an hour before dinner and chores. Diane, I don't take a lot of naps at all because I don't have time and I don't need a lot of sleep. I'm up at 6 or 7 and may not go to bed until 2 or 3, depending on my schedule, but rarely go to bed before 1 a.m. That's crazy, right? And I guess you feel refreshed. I mean, she's so active. But you think about, my mom used to say this, that as you get older, you don't need as much sleep and you don't need as much to eat. So I worked with seniors at Friendship Village. I personal trained them for a long, long time. And we would have our brunches together. We would eat together. And I would look over and I was like, yeah, they really don't need a lot of food, but they do need to have little cat naps here and there. Richard, damn Siri, love the hat you have on. Okay, Stephanie, I don't know which one it was because I've been changing on you. So I'll let you all ask at the end and I'll put them all back on and we'll do a little poll of which one was your favorite. Diane, yes, naps between 2 and 3 because I think that must have been when I napped when I was a little kid. That hat looks great on you because of the drape. All right. So see, I've had so many on. You're so funny. Yes, a safari today. Marilyn, girl, mail is not being delivered during snow days. They need to change their motto. They did, though. We had mail yesterday. They are doing that, which is amazing. Good morning, Tony. Stay safe and warm. Michelle, whatever. Give me a break. Michelle, many times we'll get done with the show and then say I'm going back to bed. So there's your nap, by the way. She said, I can't nap. My boss needs me 24/7. No, she doesn't. Your boss works 24/7, but you all can go back with your families. She actually was talking to me about something the other day, and I said, look, I want you first and foremost to concentrate on your family. So you do you. And do I not always figure it out? I'll figure it out if I have to do the whole thing myself, like today, right? There's nobody else here putting all the slides and everything together. We do it. And then when we have help, oh my gosh, what a beautiful thing it is. Ask for help, though. That's a very powerful thing that a lot of people don't do in life. So talking about naps. And again, feel free to drop any comments in or maybe even some help to be able to get us all more productive. Looking over real quick on Instagram. Let me see if I missed anything from anyone. No. So for those of you that tuned in late, we gave you a lot of the news you could use in the beginning. I talked about where we're going to be for our big 500th show celebration. And then if you're saying, oh, Monica's got a hat on today, you need a hat, you need gloves, you need a scarf, you need many layers when you are heading out because it is so unbelievably bitterly cold. Okay, so a few more things with regards to napping. So here's the science of napping. So we've been talking about the 10 to 20 minutes. So I just want to wrap up with that recap. 10 to 20 minutes if you're looking for that recharge and the power. Again, 60 minutes is your short-term nap. Some say you have a lot of great creativity and you are actually getting into your dreams if you're talking about a 90-minute. Let's talk about our babies and our kids though. If you have a child that's between newborn to 6 months old, typical number of naps they need, 4 to 5. And parents, do you agree with this? Total hours of sleep, by the way, 14 to 17 hours. 6 to 8 months old, see, it all starts to change as they get older. So they need 2 to 3 naps and about 11 to 15 hours of sleep. And I've got some friends who've got 8, 9, 10-month-old babies right now. As you go to 9 to 12 months, 2 naps needed. If your babies are not getting that, then maybe that's what's causing them to be so fussy. They still need that 11 to 15 hours like the 6 to 8 months old. 13 to 18 months, they transition from 2 naps to 1. They're up with you more. You get to really enjoy their personality. They still need 11 to 14 hours of sleep, however. And then 18 months to 3 or 4 years, 1 long afternoon nap. Then they get quiet time after 4 years, and their total hours of sleep is 10 to 13 hours. So everybody can benefit. Excuse me. It doesn't matter the age. It doesn't matter who you are. We all can benefit from a really great nap. It improves your learning. It reduces your sleepiness. It adds memory formation. Also regulates your emotions. So I talked a little bit about the fact that for those of you that feel cranky and you feel like, what is wrong with me? Well, maybe you need a nap. Tips for the best nap. Ready? It's the last thing I'm going to give you before we do our wrap up. Set an alarm. That way you're not sleeping for hours on end. And that's usually what happens to me, I think, is that I will go to take a nap and then I'm so exhausted. And I was going to say this earlier, when you take a nap beyond an hour, hour and a half, don't you think it affects when you're sleeping in the evening? I do. I think it's like, okay, now I'm up because I've already been sleeping. Nap early. Earlier, I was saying if you work a 9 to 5 job, that 2 to 3 p.m. time period is when you should take a nap. Most people are working though. So maybe you can take a break and go to a break room or go out to your car. A lot of people do that as well. So nap early, create a sleep-friendly environment. Again, the darkness, cool. Set aside your worries. Oh, isn't that hard? So maybe you do a meditation app. Reflect on why you're napping. Are you absolutely exhausted? And that's why you're laying down, or are you just trying to refresh? Think about that. Okay. You ready for the last hat? This beauty, I've never debuted. There's the back of it. This is from Lucan's, which is in Italy. And this one really blends well with my ensemble when it comes to fashion. Okay, Diane, when you put the blue one back on, try putting the feathers on the right side, tilted a bit. Okay, so the cool thing about the hat that she made me, by the way, it can be done in multiple ways. So I even had it to where it was on the front. Okay, what do you want again? Put the blue back on. Try putting the feathers on the right side. Okay, all right, let's go hat head. Let's be real. So that's on the right side. On the right side, tilt it a bit. Okay, so that's in the, it feels weird that way. I like it. I don't know. Okay. It's just setting a little weird on me. Okay, what do you think about that? There you go. This is Diane's. We're going to go back through. We're going to do a little runway fashion show. Okay, let's take a quick break so I have time to do all this. Runway fashion show coming up for you next. And I'm going to tell you about our collaboration with Shop Wine Girl. Oh, yes. I am having so much fun buying from them, and you will as well. And all because you listen and watch The Real Monica Adams Show or listen to the podcast that drops tomorrow, by the way. Thank you to Hannah Ledford for doing our audio editing. Please listen to those because she does a lot of hard work. We've had some really great ones. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. is when those audio podcasts drop. When we come back, we'll do a runway fashion show of all the hats, and I want you to tell me your favorite.
One of our things we always say is we want everybody to leave with a smile.
Oh, and trust me, they do. I've seen a lot of smiles here today. There's so many levels of why you will love these ladies, but giving back to the community, supporting the community, collaborating with other businesses.
Base pace. Now we give parameters here. Power walkers generally use incline. Yeah, I know.
Go, girls, go.
Because you're not only getting some great local roasted coffee, you're getting good people.
Good people is what it's about. And by the way, that person who turned up their nose, karma is that you know what.
Everyone needs to be kind. And it starts really with the adults. And then it goes down because we're the ones that are instilling this in our children, in our families. and everything thereafter.
We are live on location, and this is the really cool thing. This is exactly what we can do from your business. We call it Mobile Monica. You know, I'm always on the move. And we're going to do that recap of a lot of Mobile Monicas that are coming up for you. Okay, ready? The Runway Fashion Show. And we're going to talk about that in a second, by the way. Michelle said, I bought that sweatshirt. Okay, the sweatshirts that are available at Shop Wine Girl. There are many of them. So we'll find out which one she bought. Okay, so do we like this one? This is a true design from Hats by Diane. I'm going to keep the big hats together, and then I'm going to go down to what I consider to be the hats from the 1920s and 30s and kind of the fedora look. I do love a good Western hat. So here's your switcheroo. We go from the blue to the cream, the more cowboy Western style hat. What do you think of this one? Is this your favorite? So you're going to go 1, 2, maybe you like the safari hat, which again can be done this way. Oh my God, I just love this. This is my favorite. So this way, or we put it wrapped in. Kyle, you got to be loving today's show. Oh my gosh, hat head for sure. This one, which I love with every single outfit, it doesn't matter. So we've got 1 is blue, 2 is the cowboy cream, 3 is my San Francisco hat. No, you got to pick one. You got to pick one, Diane. Everybody got to pick one before we wrap up. This is my Puerto Rico hat, which I love. Again, not with today's outfit, but just look at, I'm going to spin it around for you. That's the back of the hat. How cute is the back of the hat? The details, I know from a design standpoint, by the way, it is, Diane, you would love how this one is made. So you can tilt it, you can wear it straight on, tilt it. Okay, going way back, and this one I wore to church with a beautiful mermaid style dress or a pencil skirt, little kick pleat. My mom loves this one. And then my newest, I just took it out of the bag. So there's a lot that I have to do with this to get it to fit properly. And then this one, which is this is a beautiful, different, really kind of periwinkle blue that went really well with this. My hair's a mess now, but this is my new favorite from Italy. Again, love the bow and everything. So you've got, ready? So you're gonna say 1 is Diane's, 2 is the Western, 3 is the San Francisco hat, 4 is the Puerto Rico hat. We can say 5 is like the 1920s hat. And then this is my Italian hat from Lucan's. It's Lucan. I want you to check them out. They have the most beautiful shoes as well as hats and just the creativity and the design work that they put into it. Okay. Oh, Diane said, I love the 20s look. I thought for sure she would pick her own. Let me look. Yes, love it. Robert Owens, you go girl. Love those earrings. Oh, you love the earrings. Okay. Didn't even talk about that. Carrie says, did you put 16? Oh, 1 and 6. Okay. Michelle says 6. Oh, she likes the Italy hat. Love the last 2. Love the 20s. Yes, I know. Right. And you got to have the perfect outfit with that. Julie says the blue. Marilyn, Italy hat for sure. I know everyone says Monica royalty blue. Love them all. All right. You can keep weighing in, by the way, as you watch this later and you go into, Julie, everyone's liking number 6. I love it. Okay. So check out Lucan's. So I actually reached out to them. And so this is going to go into our last part. I reached out to Lucan's and I told them that I really would love to do a collaboration with them. Now, the thing is, it's all about, and Diane, you will know this, the delivery aspect and the fees when you're coming from other areas. So from other countries, especially. So that is the only thing. I told them I am in love, and Michelle will attest to this. She has seen I don't know if you've seen all of them, but almost every one of the shoes that we bought while we were in Italy. I bought 2 that are made from the family, and that's the thing. They make these. So true milliners and true hat designers and true design artists, right? The artistry that goes into fashion, which Diane and all of us in the fashion industry absolutely love. So by the way, Diane, how would you like me to wear it? Because you're the true hat lady. Do you want me to tilt it? Do you want me to have it straight on? I always like a little tilt. So I want to do a collaboration with Lucan's, but it's again, the pricing of the delivery, the craftsmanship of the shoes is absolutely spot on. When I thought about how much they were charging, I was like, yeah, I mean, that seems right. So I bought, I should say Jim, because he surprised me with all of these. Jim picked out 2 boots, and then Diane, you would love the shoes. The shoes are actually the true 1920s looking shoes also. So you got to have the right outfit for all of that, right? Beautiful dress to wear to church. So, so two of them are French and two of them are Italian, and they carry all of their wares as well as teaming up with some French designers. So Lucans, Michelle, if you want to, you can drop that in for them. I would like to do some work with Lucans. We're talking about doing that. I would ask if you would like for us to do that, then we can probably get you a discount. It's just the fact that you're going to have to pay the delivery charges from Italy. So we'll have to think about that. Number 6, I'm getting a lot of number 6s, 1, 2, and the Italian. Let's go to Italy. Diane, let's go, right? I like the safari hat, right? That's my San Francisco hat. Thank you very much. So yes, I'm going to now have the right outfit, but I thought it worked well with this one, right? It looks cute. Okay, before we wrap up and we do our devotional, let me tell you about one of the latest collaborations. I'm thrilled to be an ambassador with Wine Girl. It's shopwinegirl.com. Now, we have a referral link, and if you don't have the exact link, then all you have to do is remember the show you watch, The Real Monica Adams. That is your code to put in to save 15%. So you can see these really adorable sweatshirts. I bought 3, one of which was a surprise to Michelle, but she already bought one, she said. It'll be interesting to see which one she got. Some really cute hats as well, more of the baseball cap look. I love a good baseball cap, though. I bet you Diane would probably not wear a baseball cap, but as I'm personal training, it fits the outfit. If you've got dogs, they have dog toys, they've got bags, they've got tumblers, they've got socks. It is just absolutely adorable, and it fits because we do, after all, Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, and so I'll be wearing some of that. Not today because I just ordered, but again, shopwinegirl.com, and then you have my code for you, The Real Monica Adams, to save 15%. And we've got an actual, like I said, referral link as well. So as we do our recap, we've got a new collaboration. So welcome aboard, Wine Girl. We've got to thank our wonderful businesses that are going to have us out for our celebration again of 500 shows, and that goes from Viviano's Italian restaurant and Chef Mel's sauces. Thank you so much for our wonderful interview yesterday and for our March 6th celebration at Viviano's in Fenton. Also excited to be with Jen Manus and all of you when we go to Hello Juice and Smoothie. That one is going to be an absolute blast. That will be at 9:00 in the morning. Thrilled to be there. And then also at Hoffman Hillerman's Nursery and Florist. That will be coming up on March 26th. And that's going to be at 10:00 in the morning. Again, debuting their new potted area, getting you ready for warmer weather, which we all want, right? So that's 3 mobile Monicas. March 5th, Hello Juice in Kirkwood. March 6th, Viviano's in Fenton. March 26th, Hoffman Hillerman's Nursery. So I don't want you to just watch here online. I want you to be there and support those that support us. Char says, cute, Kathy, and your safari hat is beautiful too. Thank you. Safari hat and the Italy hat, it looks like, and some of the 1920s. People like the 1920s hat as well. So before I do the devotional, what I'm asking is, where would you like for us to be for a breakfast show to celebrate our actual 500th show? All right. I'm asking my team to work really hard behind the scenes, and I'm not asking you to work 24/7, Michelle. Corey, I think, just signed on from Adventure Unknown. Corey is, well, actually, it might not be Corey behind it. It could be somebody else, but Adventure Unknown is the building that we're in, and we're going to be debuting our new set in that building within, my goal is less than 2 weeks. I will let you all know, because what I'd like to know is, would you like to be there for the ribbon cutting? We're going to invite the community. We'll invite the chamber. Again, this is a 2-year later brand new set. And I would like for all of you, is if you want to come, again, not only to see our beautiful new set, but also to see the collaboration that we have with Adventure Unknown and how really awesome that place is. So that's coming up for you. A lot of things coming up. But again, where do you want us to be for 500? We've got to be somewhere on our actual 500th show, don't you think? And Carrie Samuelson, again, thank you so much for letting us know about 500. First watch. Well, if anybody knows places that are people at these places that want to book us, absolutely. Otherwise, I would really like, instead of a chain, I would like a really cute place that There's a place called Wicked Chicken, by the way, that's down in High Ridge that has fabulous food. And I'm going to reach out to them today because we give them, and that's the thing you think about, we give them a lot of business. So it's all about business supporting business, right? I'm going to check with them, but even a really wonderful coffee house. Michelle said would love to be Russell's, but I can't get them to pull the trigger. Well, I think they're going through something also. Pray for them because we saw a picture of somebody within their family that you want to probably pray for. So that could be holding some things back as well. But Golden Oaks in Cottleville. Oh, I haven't even heard of them. I've been trying to get Upshot Coffee on or Pink Willow Cafe. I've been working on them, just waiting for somebody to pull the trigger from that area. Golden Oaks, I have not heard of them. Again, all you have to do is put me in connection with them. Here's my email address. Okay, if you would like to become a sponsor, or if you know someone that would like to become a sponsor, you know someone that wants to be a part of the 500 show. And again, why would they not? Because I'm talking about thousands upon thousands of people who are going to be watching and attending in person and then sharing that like crazy through that 500th week. No naps for me if I she's back to the nap conversation. Then I am up late at night. Love all your hats. Marilyn, tell me, do you know somebody from Golden Oaks? Golden Oaks in Cottleville. I don't care where it is. We've got to be out on Tuesday morning because that's the 500th show. Bike stop in St. Charles. We were there already. Marilyn, we did a show from there already. I love that place. Cafe on the Abbey in Columbia. Stephanie, do you know them? Great ideas. Again, keep them coming in. Ideally, I would wrap up where we're going to be that entire week by this Friday. Exit 11 Coffee. I went to school with the owner. Where's that, by the way? Exit 11 Coffee. Yeah. Okay. Hook me up, folks. Start sending me emails. info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Great ideas, but anybody that knows, instead of just a cold call, because again, we've got a lot of things we're doing right now behind the scenes to get ready for how much fun you're going to have and what you're going to be doing at these 500 celebrations. I just want to lock everybody in. So yes, if you've got a connection to these places, then please let me know. Shaw's Coffee on the Hill. Again, great ideas, but folks, do you know people there? So Anne's got a connection to Exit 11 Coffee. I was trying a coffee house down on Washington, but I tell you what, they've got so many people coming there that he probably doesn't need to pay for marketing. Good for him. I'm not even going to say it because he doesn't need it. But yeah, coffee place would be great next to Viviano. Shaw's Coffee on the Hill next to Viviano. Okay, Kathy, do you know them? Coffee houses, breakfast places, whatever. Think about it and connect me. Hook us up. Hook a sister up. Again, TheRealMonicaAdams.com. All right, let's wrap things up, folks. It's 8:15, February 19th. You're feeling weighed down by a plethora of problems, both big and small, which is probably why you want to take a nap and try to calm the mind. That's why I talked about meditation. For those of you that can't meditate on your own, do a meditation app. They seem to require more and more and more of your attention, but you must not give in to those demands. When the difficulties in your life feel as if they're closing in on you, break free by spending quality time with me. You need to remember who I am in all my power and all my glory. Then humbly bring me your prayers and petitions. Your problems will pale when you view them in the light of my presence. You can learn to be joyful in me, your Savior, even in the midst of adverse circumstances. Rely on me, your strength. I make your feet like the feet of a deer, enabling you to go on the heights. All right, I like that. Marilyn, again, thank you for Jesus Calling from Sarah Young. We didn't get a chance to do our devotional yesterday. We forgot. We got so darn busy. And Pastor Hawkins, by the way, thank you for the off-the-cuff one we did a couple weeks ago. Kathy Anselmo said, I worked there for 14 years. Shaw's Coffee on the Hill. Well, then you do know someone. Okay, Kathy, reach out to me, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Tell me who it is, and then let's connect. Stephanie says, Chef Dan, they have dessert, coffee, lunch, and catering. So, Stephanie, are you friends with Chef Dan? I hope so. Kathy, you worked there for 24 years. Okay, fantastic ideas. Keep them coming in. So let's be somewhere, and you got to show up on March 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and maybe even the 8th. What I'd like, though, is maybe to wrap it up on that Friday, and then you're with your family on Saturday, Sunday. The idea would be on Friday the 7th that we are somewhere for Friendship Friday in the morning, maybe another coffee house. And then in the evening, it is the culmination of 500 shows, almost exactly 2 years. And we're talking music and food and drinks and giveaways galore, but you got to be in person for these. You can watch if you absolutely cannot come, but when it comes to prizes, I'm going to give those prizes to the people who came out in person. Okay, so for right now, one more time, you're marking it on your calendar, March 5th, we will be at Hello Juice and smoothie in Kirkwood. And you can come and find out all about their wonderful Hello Eats program as well. Jen Manus, thank you for coming on the other day. Michael Viviano and Chef Mel, again from Chef Mel's Sauces and Viviano's in Fenton. That'll be on the 6th at 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. That's what's taking place right now during the 500th week celebration. So we've got some more slots to fill in. And then March 26th, as we continue to go towards 600 shows, we will be at Hoffman Hillerman Nursery. Come out and get some ideas so you've got a green thumb. Great show with all of you today. Good interaction. Share, share, share like crazy and get some good creative ideas going for us to celebrate together. Thank you all so much. There's still about 40 of you on. I'm going to let you go and enjoy your day. Be safe at home with your kiddos. Try not to get out on the roads. Let them get those clear. If you have to go out, layer up. Wear your hats. That's why I had this going today. And Kyle, I hope you enjoyed it. Wear your gloves, wear your scarves, layer up like crazy because it is bitterly cold. It's going to stay that way even into tomorrow morning. And we're finally going to break free and we'll get into warmer weather. Tomorrow, it's all about the doggies. Positive talk time. And we'll show you which dogs are up and available for adoption. Talk about some really interesting pet topics to take care of your babies. And then we will head into Friday and getting you ready for the weekend. Do me a favor and pay attention to my social media pages because I'm going to start dropping in little teases of what's to come for our new studio, which again, the debut should be coming in just a couple of weeks. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe, stay warm, and be kind. God bless you.